What's up, Mighty Nation? I'm really excited about today's video because today we're talking about the affidavit generator. And I've used all the other process serving softwares, and I can tell you they all miss the mark dramatically. And some of them are very simple and it makes it easier to use. And this affidavit generator does a lot of different things. And so in the affidavit generator, you're going to notice a lot of moving parts. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. It's actually very simple. There's only a couple things you need to know, and once you get those dialed in, you're going to be good to go. So without further ado, let's dive into the affidavit generator. Okay, in today's video, as mentioned, we're going to dive into the affidavit generator. The one thing to know about the affidavit generator is it's for affidavits. And basically what happens is when you enter a new job through the job creation wizard, it actually will extract the data. It will recommend a particular affidavit. So sometimes you'll see up here at the top, on the top left here, you will see a line that says recommended. Okay. It'll tell you why it's recommended. Like based on you're in Indiana, we're recommending you use this or this document. But you don't have to do that. You can save affidavits. So today we're just going to talk about affidavits because we've had a lot of people struggle with how this works. And so we're going to go over affidavits. And in the next video, I'm actually going to dive deep into the template builder. So if you click on template builder right here, you can see all of the merged field items in the system. What that means is you can basically map out any item, attorney name, literally anything, job details, parties, final attempt status details. Maybe you want all the attempts. Maybe you want a summary of the attempts with just the dates and times, whatever you want. You want the date and time of signature. You want the date, you want the server details, process serving details, anything. Okay. So we're going to go over that in the next one, and you can actually name it here. You see, you can name a template, but we're going to get over that. I'm going to go into great detail on the next one. For this one, you just want to do a proof of service. So it'll automatically recommend them. And if you look at the states over here, we have all the states, and we've uploaded every affidavit in the country. You can see federal has a couple. Let's see. No, these are New Mexico. These are my saved templates. Interesting. Federal had a few of them. I don't see any in federal. So California, for example, has a bunch of proofs. All the affidavits have been updated. If you look at, let's see, a common one. So small claims. So if this was a small claims case, it would automatically import the data. You can see test John Smith. If you wanted to ever see how the fields are mapped out, you can look at template builder and you can see this template has been mapped out for you already. But if you wanted to make any changes inline inside the affidavit generator, all you'd have to do, if this was the affidavit you wanted, all you'd have to do is click either check mark or custom text. If I click on custom text and click on the affidavit, I can go ahead and type right here, right? Once I save it, it'll save there. If you want to change it, you just put your cursor over it. You can drag it, move it around, etc. If for some reason this wasn't mapped the way that you like, you can move these. So this 103 West Main Street, I'm just going to click on template builder and you can see how it's mapped out and you can move it around. See? Okay. Just so you know. Okay. And then anything that you've created, this is like a work of art for you, right? Anything you've moved around or created, you can immediately save as a template. You just hit save as template. All right. Whatever this is every time I enter a small claims case, let's say, I always want it to have my logo. So I can add my logo. I can add whatever it is. I can add it. So those are the different proofs over here on the side. It doesn't matter what PDF is here. You can map it out. Now, this is different than some generators affidavit generators where it just moves and manipulates. And the courts tend to actually not like those. They really don't. They prefer to have their own documents that they've created. However, we do have some custom ones. Like we uploaded this one. It's not my favorite, but it has all the job details. Okay. And then you can create your own. So we're going to go into that when we talk about the template builder. I'm going to show you what I do for my team and what I would recommend you do. But for the sake of the simple affidavit generator, literally whatever data you want. See, if I click on template builder, I could see what data this is. It tells you right here. This is the attempt summary. So all the attempts are just summarized right here. And so that's what this is. It's a summary of the attempt that was made. And so you can go ahead and sign it. You can save and sign. And you just hit use save signature. It'll go ahead and apply the signature for you. And it goes ahead and gives you a PDF of the document. All right, let me go ahead and see X out of that. All right, now if I wanted to do a different one, let's say like I clicked on this one, I think. Yeah, this one. So this one is an example of like a custom generated declaration of due diligence. As you can see, I've added a logo here because it's your own declaration. You can put whatever you want on here. But as you can see over here, you can actually upload images and text to have saved over here for future use. If you're a notary and there's a certain bit of text you want to always use, you can have that right here. You can click and activate it and then just click where you want it. Boom. And it'll automatically throw it in. If you try to put it on another field, it kind of freaks out. So you have to put it somewhere and then drag it where you want it. Okay, whatever it is, that notary block right there. Now, sometimes these things are truncated like this, and you're like, what do I do? Okay, well, you got to grab the right-hand corner of it. Okay, see the little arrow, and then you drag it down. Once you do that, you can go ahead and exit out. See? So I click on this, and I click here. It's going to add the logo. Okay, I can put it wherever I want. I could exit out of it. If there's certain text I want to add text, I can name it. Like this is a snippet of text that I want to save for future use. I could say this is Jack Johnson license number. I don't know. I know back in the day, that's how I used to do it. I would save different affidavits with different information on it. But you could just have it like this if you wanted. It could be text. We're going to say this is just general. We're going to say Jack Johnson's license number, large paragraph. Something I get saved. Now, that just lives here, rent-free. Anytime you want to take that bit of text and shove it in here, you can do it. And there it is. It just shows up like that. It's a bit of a large paragraph, but here it is. I want to map it out right here like this. I can do that. So this affidavit generator is so good, so awesome. I've actually decided to build an entire new software around it called MightyDocs. If you're interested in MightyDocs, pay attention here in the next, maybe the next 2 months. We're actually building a complete where you can do writs, levies, evictions, whatever you want. There will, for each state, the documents will already be in here, and you can basically fill out any document as a part of MightyDocs. Our enterprise members will get access to it for no extra charge. So crybaby snippet, you get the idea with these snippets, right? All right, so those are snippets. I can also add a check mark. Okay, you can add a check mark. You can move the check mark around. Now, if you want a document to be available for future use, you can see there's some fields here that haven't been filled out, and it shows like there's like a little field here that's like server, license. It's to encourage you to fill it out. If you look at the template builder, you can see what it actually is. It's all merged out for you to be able to fill out completely. So the affidavit generator basically is, you saw me, I selected this one, but these are all saved templates. So if you want to have like a regular nationwide template, you can come up here to nationwide and you can click on one of these nationwide declarations. And that's essentially what we've been looking at. And then you can change it, make it your own. And then lastly, you can actually upload your own affidavit. So if you want to upload, I don't have anything prepared here, but if you want to upload any kind of PDF, you probably didn't see it pop up, but click this and it'll pop up your computer so you can upload a PDF. Once you've uploaded the PDF, you can map it out. And that's what I'm going to show you guys in the next video, is how to map out a template that you can then save for future use. My recommendation when you first get started is just go ahead and go with one of these and just change it to the way you want it. You can click on template builder right here and you can change it. Like, I don't want this, I don't want that, whatever. And then I do want this, I do want that. And just go ahead and add the merge fields that you want. All right. So in the next video, I'll talk to you how about create templates and actually how to teach the AI, how to teach the system what to recommend for you, because it will actually recommend proofs based on what you tell it. You can give it certain keywords. Hey, if I use the word summons and it's in California, I want you to give me a proof of a POS 10, but do not give me one if it has any of these words like proof of personal service only, this type of thing. So there's ways, if you're smart enough about it, you can actually teach the system to actually always recommend the exact proof of service that you need. So you never have to go hunting for the proof that you want. It'll just already recommend it here and it'll already be there waiting for you when you click on the affidavit button. There's other tools, like I could save this as a draft and come back to it later. I can go ahead and add an exhibit page. When you add an exhibit page, it automatically adds an image. The last image that was generated, it'll add it here. So if you're doing evictions, that's really powerful. It'll show a declaration declaration of service of a 3-day notice, for example, and you always want to include the photograph. It automatically puts it in here with the date and time of the last or the successful attempt. If you have any issues with the affidavit generator and you want help, you can hit submit feedback. Our submit feedback creates a ticket in the system for us to look at what's going on. This is really helpful. We've had quite a few of our beta testers do this, and it was really helpful in making the affidavit generator work effectively. There's little bugs whenever you create anything. If you want to create a note that references your affidavit, like, waiting for signature or something like that, you can add that note here and it'll actually show up in the job timeline. All right, what else? So all of your documents auto save whenever you're creating them. They just auto saves. But I recommend if you're not completely done and you want to come back to it, save it as a draft, because it will save in the job timeline exactly the way it is for you to come back to it later. You can preview it. You can clear the whole thing and start over fresh. This is the affidavit generator, guys. It's easy. It's easy to use. It's great. You can send it for signature. You want to send us an email to a server to sign. They'll also receive a notification in their dashboard if they're logged into the system, and they can immediately come in here and view this and sign it. There is an option for them to request changes. And so if they click on request changes, they'll put in a little box. It'll actually tell you right here in the system, changes requested, for you to make the changes and then resend it. All right, so you have your attachments tab. These are all the images that are attached. You can see them here. So if you wanted to attach images from a different attempt, you can see all the changes that have been made to the affidavit on the timeline. These are just a couple of things that are required for compliance for insurance purposes. With these big collection contracts, they require that it shows if it was sent for signature, it'll say sent for signature at this date. It's basically to avoid fraud, and this can't be deleted. That information can't be deleted. So that's the idea. That's it, guys. It's the affidavit generator. It's super simple. I showed you how the signature works. If I save and close, this one here was already signed, and that's why it's showing up like this. I can come over here. You can see it's signed here on page 2. I have my exhibit, and you can go ahead and approve and save, and it'll save to your account. You can hit reject, and it'll ask you what you want corrected. For example, if they signed it but there's actually something wrong with it, you can reject it. You can also eFile it. Mighty eFile is coming soon. But right now, we do have some beta testers using it. You can click this. It'll allow you to log in for California only, and you can eFile proofs of service inside the California courts. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just hit approve and save. Oh, you can also see over here on the left-hand side all the details. Signature verified. We have, So let me save and close. All right, so there it is. I can preview it. All right, preview it. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I mean, that's the affidavit. If you wanted to review and send a client, you could do that as well. You can also make a note. But that's the affidavit generator. It's not super complicated. I'm going to break down in better detail for you how you can create templates. I'm actually going to prepare a couple documents that I think I would like to use in our business, 123 Legal. And I'll show you actually how that works and how if you upload them and map them out properly, you can kind of tweak on it a little bit. And so that's why I'm making it a separate video, so you could see all the different things you could do, all the customizations you could do so that you could truly make it yours. There's no other affidavit generator, no other builder that's doing this at the level that we're doing it. So let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care, be safe as always, live mighty.